If you would like to use Digistore24 to sell your online courses and memberships, we've got some great news for you. You can use Digistore24 with Thrive Automator to sell your Thrive Apprentice products. And as you grow your online school, it's super easy to add new courses and memberships to your workflow. Find out how, coming right up. Hi, I'm Christine with Thrive Beings. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, here is your friendly reminder to do so, and if you ring the bell, you'll be notified when we publish new videos. So Digistore24 is an online sales platform that lets you take payments for online courses and membership programs. And you can actually do even more with it, but for the infopreneur, we're mostly interested in selling digital products. Digistore24 is much like Stripe or PayPal, and in fact, you can adapt this tutorial to Stripe or PayPal if you like. Now, as you grow your online school, you may find that creating the same automations over and over again to give access to your various online courses and memberships is a little bit tedious. But with the method I'll be showing you today, you can sell dozens or even hundreds of online courses with just one Thrive Automator automation. So here's what we're going to set up. I've got a sales page here for a membership program. Let's say that I've decided to purchase this membership program, so let's click on this button to purchase. That will take us to a checkout page. After filling everything out on this page, we'll be taken to a thank you or a confirmation page. Then we can click on the link here to log into the site and access the membership program. All right, so let's start building. Now there's a few things you'll need to prepare in advance. First, you'll need to create a product in Thrive Apprentice, so that can be an online course or a membership program. We do have a tutorial on how to get started with Thrive Apprentice, which we will link for you. You'll also need a sales page for your product. You can quickly create a sales page using one of the pre-built landing page templates that comes with Thrive Architect. You'll also need to create a confirmation page. This is the page people will see after they purchase your product. Again, you can use one of the pre-built landing page templates in Thrive Architect. You'll also need to create a login page so that your students can access your course or membership program. You'll also need to create a courses page. This is where your students can go to access all of the courses you offer. Now, the courses page is part of the Thrive Apprentice setup, so you may already have that set up already. Now we are going to create the checkout page in Digistore24 together in this tutorial, so you don't need to do that on your own. The checkout page is the page people will see to enter their credit card info and actually buy your product. Lastly, you'll need to create any autoresponder emails welcoming people to your course or membership. You'll need to create these in your email service such as MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. So there's two main parts to setting everything up. The first main part is setting up your product and checkout page in Digistore24. The second part is setting up a workflow in Thrive Automator to give access to your Thrive Apprentice product. So the first step is to create a product in Digistore24. So let's go to Account and Products, and let's add a new product. Let's give our product a name. Let's scroll down a bit and be sure to select a product type. I will select a digital membership area. And as you can see, there's a lot of options to fill out on this page, so I'll let you complete that on your own. But be sure to fill out the sales page and thank you page fields. You can simply grab the links to these pages you created in Thrive Architect and pop them in here. When you're finished with this page, be sure to scroll all the way to the bottom and click Save. Also be sure to visit the Payment Plans tab and input the price of your product and set up a payment plan if you want to offer one, and I'll also let you explore the other tabs on your own. Next, let's create an order form in Digistore24. So let's go to Account and Order Forms. Then you'll need to choose which type of order form to create. I'll go ahead and choose a responsive order form. So this is the Digistore24 order form editor. These are blocks that you can rearrange, and you can also add blocks from the list on the left. I will let you explore this all on your own, and Digistore24 also has their own tutorials on how to create order forms, so you can check out those as well. Down at the bottom of the page, you can preview your order form. You will need to select a product for the order form preview. So I'll select this one and I'll click Preview. All right, so I haven't made any changes to the default, and this is what my order form currently looks like. Next, when you've finished creating your order form, you'll need to link it to your product. So let's go to Account and Products. And here's the product I created. Let's go ahead and edit that product. Then let's go to the Order Form tab, and let's scroll down a bit. And under Order Form, let's click on this drop down here, and let's go ahead and select our newly created order form. I'll let you explore the rest of the options on this page on your own, and don't forget to click Save. Next, let's link the order form to the Buy button on the sales page. So I'm still here editing my product, and I've gone to the Links tab. And let's go ahead and copy the link to order form. Now let's go to our sales page in Thrive Architect. And I'll simply scroll down here and I'll look for the Buy button. So here it is, and I'll make sure that button is highlighted in the breadcrumbs. Then I'll go to the Main Options tab, and under Target URL, I'll paste in the link to the order form. All right, so now when someone clicks this button to purchase the membership, they will be taken to my Digistore24 order form. All right, so now that the sales page and the checkout page are taken care of, the next step is setting up access via a Thrive Automator automation. Now, before we dive right into Thrive Automator, let's take a quick look at our product in Thrive Apprentice. So let's go to the Products tab. Here's my product, and let's go to the Access Requirements tab. Now, since we're going to be setting up access using Thrive Automator, you don't actually need to do anything here in this bottom section. As soon as you place your online course or other content into a Thrive Apprentice product, it is automatically protected and the outside world cannot access it. Now let's take a look at the product identifier in the upper right-hand corner. Every product has a unique identifier number, and this is automatically created. Now, because I'm specifically going to be using Digistore24 and Thrive Automator, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the product ID from Digistore24, and I'm going to paste that in right here. So let's hop on over to Digistore24, and here is my product ID, so I'll simply copy this. And let's go back to Thrive Apprentice, and I'll paste it in here. The reason why I'm doing this is because Thrive Automator will need this identifier from Digistore24 to be associated with my Thrive Apprentice product in order to grant access. And you'll see how all of this comes together in just a few moments. All right, so let's get started with our automation. I'm here in Thrive Automator. Let's start by making sure that our website and Digistore24 can talk to each other. We're going to do that using webhooks. So let's create an automation. For the trigger, I'll select incoming webhook, and then I'm going to need this webhook URL here. So I'll go ahead and copy that, and let's head on over to Digistore24. Let's go to Settings, then let's go to Integrations, and let's add a new connection, and let's scroll all the way to the bottom, and I'll select Webhook. Let's give this webhook a name. For products, I'll make sure that all is selected. I'll leave these settings as they are, and I'll paste in my webhook URL. All right, so let's scroll down to the bottom here, and I'll click Save. And now let's hop back over to Thrive Automator, and let's click this Listen button. And then let's hop back over to Digistore24, and let's scroll all the way down and click the Test Connection button. All right, so it looks like this was a success. Let's go back to Thrive Automator. And now we have incoming data coming in from Digistore24. Now we will have to tell Thrive Automator how to use some of this data. For email, right now it is coming in as text. We actually need to change that. So let's click on this drop down and let's go to Dynamic Mapping and let's select Email. And then let's scroll down and let's look for the Product ID field. Here it is. And again, let's click on this drop down and let's go to Dynamic Mapping and we'll select Apprentice Product ID. This step is important because we're going to use the product ID value downstream in the automation when it comes time to grant access to our Thrive Apprentice product. And this is why we had to copy the product ID from Digistore24 to our product in Thrive Apprentice. Now, for many of these other fields, you probably won't need them in your automation, so you can go ahead and delete them. For the sake of time, I'm going to leave mine as they are, and I'll click Done. Next, we'll need Thrive Automator to create a new user when incoming data is received. So let's add another action, and let's go to WordPress, and let's select Find or Create User. For the first name field, let's select the Dynamic Data button, and let's go to Webhook Data, and let's select First Name, and let's do the same thing for the last name field. For the user role, we do want our new user to be a subscriber, so let's go ahead and click Done. Now in this next step, we're going to grant access to our Thrive Apprentice product. So let's go ahead and add another action. Let's select Apprentice, and we want to grant access to a product. And now from this dropdown, let's select Dynamic Apprentice Product ID. And that's it. Let's click Done. And then we can make this automation active, and let's click Save and Finish. All right, so now when someone makes a purchase via Digistore24, they will now get access to our Thrive Apprentice product. Now what's nice about this automation is because I've used the product ID as a dynamic value, I won't have to set up a new automation for each new product I decide to sell. All I will have to do is create a new product in Digistore24, and then copy that product ID over to Thrive Apprentice just as I did earlier. Now before I let you go, I'd like to remind you to set up some key things in Thrive Apprentice to make sure that everything runs the way you want it to. First, make sure that you set up the access restriction rules for your product. So I'm here in Thrive Apprentice and I'm in the Products tab. So I'll simply go to My Product, then go to Access Restriction Rules. And here is where you can specify what happens when someone tries to access the product content when they are not logged in. So you can specify to redirect them to your login page. You can also specify what happens when someone tries to access locked content. And you can specify what happens when someone tries to access content that they have not yet purchased. So if you want, you can take them to a lead generation page where they can sign up to get a freebie related to your product. And then signing up could potentially trigger an individual evergreen campaign with a limited time offer. This is another type of automation that you can set up in Thrive Automator. Now you will notice that we have default site behavior listed here for what happens when someone is not logged in. And that is because you do have the option to set global settings for all of your Thrive Apprentice products. To access your global settings, go to the Settings tab, and then go to Login and Access Restriction. And then what you set here will apply to all of your Thrive Apprentice products, unless you make a specific selection at the product level. Also under Thrive Apprentice Settings, in the General Settings tab, here is where you can specify to automatically log people in right after they create a WordPress account. This way your new students can go straight to your product from the confirmation page, or even from the checkout page, depending on how you want to set things up. Next, under Email Templates, here is where you can edit the email that gets sent from your WordPress site when a new account has been created. Lastly, let's go to the main courses page for my online school, and you may wish to create a custom header just for your online school so that your members will see a logout button, and they'll also have a My Account page where they can change their password, and they'll also have a My Courses page where they can access just the courses and memberships that they have purchased. We do have a tutorial on how to set all of this up, which we will link below. All right, so that was how to sell a Thrive Apprentice online course or membership using Digistore24 and Thrive Automator. Now don't forget, Thrive Apprentice still does work with WooCommerce, Sendal, and ThriveCart, which by the way is not a Thrive Themes product, they just happen to have a similar name. So this is just one more option for you. You can get Thrive Apprentice and Thrive Automator and the rest of our tools when you purchase Thrive Suite. Click the link in the description to learn more. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.